Hello, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
We were born in Korea and raised up in US and called to Japan as a missionary since March 2020. I worked as a software engineer
And I worked as a special education teacher.
in San Francisco Bay Area for 20 years. Through the experience of visiting various mission fields over the last 10 years, God confirmed us in many different ways for His calling for mission. We took Crossroad DTS, which is Discipleship Training School in YM Kona, with our kids in fall 2015, and SBS School of Biblical Study in YWAM Taipei 2019.
During our SBS time, God spoke to us through Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 30. And I sought for a man among them who should build up the wall and stand in the breach before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. But I found none. God wanted us to be the ones who would build up the walls and stand in the breach before the Lord. Through the verse, we saw ourselves that our ministry would not be a pioneering work, but rather build up the existing ministries and supporting the local churches and their ministries.
After the SBS in Taiwan 2019, we plan to visit Japan to help YM missionary for whole month of February in 2020, and go back to Taiwan for another course, which called Titus Project. That includes outreach to Nepal to teach the Bible in Nepalians. But God had different plans for us. While staying in Japan, all our plans were canceled because of the COVID-19. As we were seeking God's guidance, God gave us many confirmation of His call for us to Japan. One of them was His answer to my prayer based on Acts chapter 16. I asked God if He wanted us to stay in Japan for long term. I wanted Japanese people to ask for help. Just like Macedonians in Paul's dream, God answered his prayer through two Japanese as a confirmations. Two different Japanese asked me, come and help. Their call for help were so clear that I could not deny that those were God's responses to my prayers.
God also gave me confirmation as well. He helped me remember 3 clear incidents during our stay in Japan that He stirred my heart up. First time was when I prayed over Japan at Yokohama Harbor. Second time was when we were praying and worshiping the Lord together in our community worship called Burning Hearts. The third time was during the Sunday worship while we were worshiping the Lord. Through these 3 clear incidents, God showed me that He wanted us to be in Japan for the ministries of the church and to support the communities and also for the nation itself.
God also confirmed His call for us to Japan through our visa run. To renew our tourist visa, we had to fly out to Japan and return back. Because of the COVID-19, it was almost impossible journey. God helped us to fly out to Korea and return back safely within a day without any issue. During this trip, God spoke to us through the word Deuteronomy chapter 3 verse 28 during our quiet time. But charge Joshua and encourage and strengthen him, for he shall go over at the head of his people, and he shall put them in possession of the land that you shall see. He wanted to assure us that He was the one who sent us to Japan by physically moving us out of Japan. He wanted us to charge, encourage, and strengthen the next generation Christian in Japan. When we came to Japan in January, we wrote our occupation as an engineer and teacher in entry form. But when we came back to Japan for the visa run, we wrote occupation as missionaries. We knew that it was God who sent us to Japan as missionaries. It was a symbolical act to show that He is in full control of all our lives, and we are grateful to care called by Him as His messenger here in Japan. Now we are living in Yokohama, Japan as a missionary. It's been for 2 years and 2 months now. So thank you that we are able to stay in Japan and clearly see that's God's call for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.